What's going on, everybody? My name is Christian French, and I'm going to be doing this presentation over alpha-glycerylphosphorylcholine, also known as alpha-GPC for short. So, just a quick overview of what alpha-GPC is. It is a choline-containing phospholipid, which therefore makes it down the line an acetylcholine precursor. And it's often supplemented for both physical and cognitive performance enhancement. You're actually starting to see this in things like energy drinks when combined with caffeine, or in things like nootropic supplements. And a benefit to this is if you take it just as itself without caffeine or anything else, it's not going to be a stimulant like caffeine. So people can have that mental clarity and acuity without having to ingest a bunch of caffeine. So it could be a better option for something later in the day. You still need to focus. And there's some other names it's also known under. Choline alpha serate and phosphatidylcholine are a couple other names, but it is most commonly known as alpha-GPC. So what is the mechanism? Basically, how does alpha-GPC work? So once you ingest it, it gets hydrolyzed in the gut and helps produce more choline. And like I said, it's a choline-containing phospholipid, and choline easily crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it is a precursor to acetylcholine. So with more acetylcholine from the choline, there's an increased availability in the brain of that acetylcholine. And basically, we know that acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that's very important for things like mental clarity and skeletal muscle contraction. So behind that, there's a clear mechanism of having more availability in the brain of that acetylcholine, and therefore ideally positive effects on mental and physical performance. So what are some of the benefits in the current literature within the last 5 to 10 years? So as far as cognitive effects go, there seems to be increased feelings of motivation, measures of attention, mental processing, cognitive flexibility, as well as the ability to inhibit cognitive interference. So in layman's terms, you're able to focus more and have a greater attention span. Animal studies have shown some pretty promising positive effects on measures related to helping Alzheimer's disease in rat models. So we'll see if that's kind of extrapolated to human studies in the future. That could be very exciting. Positive effects on isometric strength. There hasn't been a ton of research in the recent years on physical performance, but there is some stuff in the last 8 to 10 years that show positive effects on things like isometric strength and counter movement jump. There's also some studies where it's combined with caffeine, but it's kind of tough to extrapolate whether it was the caffeine or the alpha-GPC because they didn't have a group with just one, just the other, and then both, and then a control group. So that'd be kind of some interesting future research. And it does seem to be very safe in dosages up to 1,200 milligrams a day for extended periods of time. We're talking like up to 6 months, no real deleterious effects. So practical recommendations as far as for physical and cognitive function. For cognitive function, the most efficacious dose does seem to be 400 milligrams per day, 400 milligrams 3 times per day. So in 3 separate doses. Like I said, it's safe and up to 1,200 milligrams a day. It has been shown to do that. But 400 milligrams 3 times a day is shown to be the best for cognitive function. And as far as physical output, power output, 300 to 600 milligrams about 30 to 60 minutes prior to exercise is going to be the most efficacious dose for physical performance. Here's a list of my references. Thank you for watching.